So welcome to Newman House. Those of you joining us on the Facebook feed, this is the feed for the Catholic chaplaincy to the University of Birmingham. I'm Father Kensy Joseph. I'm the chaplain here. And we are once again welcome to Newman House. Those of you joining, sorry, just had a slight glitch there. Anyhow, for those of you joining us, I'm Father Kensy Joseph. I'm the Catholic chaplain to the University of Birmingham, and it's a pleasure to welcome you back for this third interview with the CatSoc committee for the new year. We've had the previous two are up on the Newman House Facebook page. So if you go into videos, there is a playlist and you should be able to watch those. And today we have Lucy, Eloi, and Elvita. So without further ado, I'm just going to let them introduce themselves. So maybe start with you, Lucy.
Yeah, hi, I'm Lucy. I've just finished my first year of doing pharmacy and I'm the Interfaith rep.
Thanks, Lucy. Eloi?
Hello, I'm Eloi. I just finished my first year in mathematical economics and statistics, and I'm the society. I'm running the society.
Okay, thanks, Eloi. And Elvita?
Hi, I'm Elvita. I just finished my first year doing business management at the uni, and I'm the food rep this year.
Okay, gosh. Now, in a moment, I will ask you what a food rep does. But as always, we start these interviews with your faith journeys. So perhaps let's go back. And Lucy, can you tell us a bit about your faith journey?
Yeah, so I was brought up Catholic. It's always been a part of my life. I went to a Catholic school. Obviously, my parents took me to church. Most of my family are Catholic. So yeah, it's always been in my life. And then when I was 14, I got confirmed. That was kind of when I took it on for myself. And shortly after that, I did kind of go through a period where I was a bit discouraged. I kind of looked around at church and I saw that most people were quite old. And I kind of was, I don't know, I was questioning my faith a little bit, I suppose. But looking back on it now, I can see that it was having those doubts that actually, and overcoming those doubts, which helped me make my faith stronger. And I realized that God was there in those difficult times. And I think I wouldn't be here today if I hadn't had these periods of doubting and questioning. And I think it's really just taught me that suffering can have a purpose. And if you feel like you're going through a difficult time, God is still there. So yeah, I think having those difficult times made my faith a lot stronger, and then going on to uni, that really helped because I was surrounded by Catholics my age. And yeah, it's just been a really positive experience for me.
Okay. I mean, the doubts that you're speaking of, then they're not just intellectual doubts, but they're also, as it were, doubts of the heart.
Yeah, just kind of doubts, because it's hard when you believe something, but then a lot of my friends didn't believe in God at all. So it was just difficult to kind of, I don't know, just get to grips with it. And I think because I was always just used to going to churches because my parents told me to, and I had to kind of get to grips with why I was doing it and kind of really get to know God and spend more time in prayer. Yeah.
I think there's a lot of people watching this who could relate to that journey personally. By the way, if you are watching this live, then please feel free to post your questions on the Facebook comments, and we will ask them of our panels. Maybe just then going on to Eloi, tell us a bit about your faith journey.
I just want to say one thing. I think I said I was running for
Society?
Society. I meant social. So sorry.
Okay, you're the social rep. All right, go on.
Yeah. So about my faith, I grew up as Catholic. My parents always brought me to church every Sunday, and even sometimes more during the week. I grew up a lot in like a Dominican like an environment, because I always been to the Dominican mass, and yeah, and I've been in different school, always Catholic, so I didn't have a lot of problem in terms of like Catholicism. So I guess I got lucky, and for experience, in terms of experience, where I had to try to challenge my my faith, was during over summer we do evangelization, and during this evangelization we run like a choir, and like we have to talk to people and to bring them to the church and listen to the song we sing and stuff. And those moments were some probably the most beautiful and the hardest in my life, because you're trying to show the love you have for God, and trying to make them understand why it will be good to believe in God. And sometimes you have like a lot of different testimony that are like really strong, that people, why people didn't want to believe in God and stuff, and it's quite challenging, but it's a great experience. And as well, being at university is a big change for me, and a big challenge, because obviously there is way less Catholic than where I used to be, and I take it as a great challenge, and actually being in Catholic helped me with my faith.
Okay. I mean, has it been difficult to move to Birmingham?
Since 1 year before, 2 years before I went to England, I went to the US, so I quite got used to go in another country, and so it wasn't too hard. But I will say a bit harder than in the US, because in the US all the students knew I would come, and they welcomed me really well. And here I just had to like make friends totally by myself and go to people, but it was not too hard. But yeah.
Okay. I do actually have to ask you at some point about growing up in a Dominican parish and now having a Jesuit chaplain. For those of you watching, there's a historic rivalry between the Jesuits and the Dominican. Have you ever heard of this, Elva?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
But anyway, we shall reserve that for another video. Elvita, tell us about your faith journey.
So yeah, I grew up Catholic as well. Catholic family, everything around me was pretty much Catholic. But I went to since I live in Dubai, I went to a Hindu school. So my school was Indian, and I was surrounded with all like different religions. So I have seen diversity in all its forms. Technically, in church we have different communities, different people from all over the world. Even in India, like different parts of India. So I was always exposed to this diverse culture, diverse thing. So when I came to UK, I saw everything. It looked pretty like one color to me. And the church that I'm in, right, like the parish in Dubai is huge. Like people every mass, it's a huge church. It's always flooded. So when I came to the UK, it felt like a little small. It was quite out of my comfort zone. And plus, I moved like almost from one corner to the other corner of the world. That was pretty much hard for me. And I remember like talking to my mom in the beginning of the year. I'm like, Mama, I feel so alone. I don't know what to do. And she's like, no matter what, like God's always there. And like me and my mom has always been a pretty much quite a big support for me in terms of my faith regularly. Like even like now we have like these kind of faith debates, like these conversations where she tells me, when I tell her, I'm like, oh, Mama, I'm having this issue in my life. I don't know how to deal with it. And she's like, oh, no worries. This is how you should deal with it. Don't worry. You should watch this video on Formed. You should do this. You should do that. Bishop Robert Barron says this. Why don't you watch it? Like, just like she always motivates me. So yeah, my faith journey has been pretty strong, and yeah, pretty much that.
But I guess coming to the chaplaincy, it's more diverse, like you're used to.
Yeah, it is sort of, yeah.
Sort of. All right. Well, then let's start with you you're the food rep for
Mhm.
the CatSoc. So, for the sake of those viewing, especially maybe any sixth formers watching, what does the food rep of the CatSoc actually do?
So my job is to give everyone good food. Clearly, I'm supposed to make the best food than all the societies. Like it has to be the best. I only do the best. So all the social events, all the balls, everything, all food is catered by me. And it's pretty fun thing because I love to cook. So the second I saw there was an opening at CatSoc, I was like, I have to take this. So yeah, so it's pretty close to my heart.
I mean, we will talk about the CatSoc response in a moment, but have you been posting any recipes?
I haven't been posting any recipes, sadly, but I think that's a good idea. I think I should start doing that. Thanks for the
Well,
idea, Father.
I should ask, what's an Elvita specialty?
Elvita's specialty is pretty much everything. Like I know classic. I surprisingly, being Indian, I like cooking more continental dishes than I do classic. So I like doing like I can do a good biryani. I can do a good steak. I can do a bunch of fancy things, but I think I need to like start slow. I like to bake. I do a lot of cupcakes, cookies, brownies. So my entire house is pretty much happy all the time because I'm always cooking.
You're hereby banned from the Great British Bake Off from CatSoc. Thanks, Elvita. Elva, social rep. Tell us about the role.
But my role is like to animate the social, like to attract people going to the social and do some different games. And I think that's quite really important because that's pretty much the moment of CatSoc that where we don't really always talk about Catholic stuff, and that's where we can attract people that are not Catholic. And I think I run for this because when I went to the CatSoc, that the first thing I saw about CatSoc, that the thing that made me like CatSoc, and I think that's quite important to do this. And I try to be funny, so people like it.
Yes. And you're a fan of quizzes.
Yeah, I like quizzes. That's funny.
Okay.
Yeah.
Keep that in mind. Thanks, Elva. And Lucy, Interfaith rep.
Yeah, so I'm the Interfaith rep. Basically, my role is just to put on events with other faith societies at the uni, and really just encourage students in the Catholic community to get to know students of other faiths, to form friendships and to kind of just communicate and understand the differences in what we believe, but also the similarities. So that's what I really just want to do, that us Catholics can get to know other people from different faith societies.
Okay. And I know it's been difficult starting in a lockdown, but have you already been in touch with the other faith societies? Have you started planning?
Yeah, I've contacted a few. They have interfaith reps, but haven't actually done any events yet this term. Hopefully we'll be able to do some when we actually go back to the university and we can see each other face to face, hopefully.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's obviously the point, that how we are right now, we can't see each other face to face because of the lockdown and the COVID-19 outbreak. So probably I'm going to now ask each of you just one, how have you been personally affected by the outbreak, by the lockdown, by all of this? And two, what do you make of the CatSoc response so far? So maybe let's start with you, Elva.
All right. Actually, lockdown was not too bad, since with my family we're quite used to, I don't know, play board games and stuff at home. Like most of the time when we have like vacation with the family, we just don't go out. So that wasn't too hard. Yeah, we had fun all together, and the lockdown is done went done way earlier in France than in England. So like quarantine is over, and it's been like 4 weeks I can go out. So that was pretty nice. The hardest thing was not having mass, and yeah, probably that. But since 5 or 6 weeks I have mass, so I'm pretty happy about that. About the CatSoc answer, I think we did a pretty good job. It's really hard to do stuff through Zoom because we don't have like a lot of option. For example, for social, we've done pretty much all quiz, except different stuff sometimes, but it was quite hard. But yeah, that's it. And as you can see, my English got a bit rusty since I don't speak English for 4 or 5 months now, or 3 months.
I think you're being harsh on yourself. I thought you were perfectly fine. Just for those of you watching at home, when he said one of the hard things was missing mass, I saw the other two people nod as well. We were on speaker view, so you couldn't have seen it at home, but just to let you know that's what's happened. All right, Elvita, how have you been personally affected by this outbreak, and what stands out for you from the CatSoc response?
So I was lucky enough to come back home. I got I have a friend whose mom was quite proactive. So she suggested that we all fly back. So I was able to come back home to my family. I have friends still stuck back in UK, but I'm praying for them so that they can go back to their families soon. Faith-wise, my mom is pretty church forward, I would say. And she likes to pray a lot. So because of that, the entire family gets involved. So we have been saying rosary more often. Everyday rosary, family rosary is compulsory. And mass, online mass. Every day. She's like, you have 24 hours in a day. Can't you spare at least half an hour for God? And I have to agree, at least, come on. So that's there. And I have been motivating my family to get into fitness. And my dad has some health conditions. So I boost him and I boost everyone in the family. We have to go for at least a walk every day. So that's good. So I motivate everyone, and everyone goes out every weekend. There's a beach nearby my house. So we go for a walk every day. That's good. And CatSoc has been pretty proactive. I have friends from other societies saying that their societies haven't been able to do much on Zoom. But I like that we're having events every week, something to engage everybody who are clearly bored at home, something to do every week. So that's nice.
So you're in Dubai now?
Yes, I'm in Dubai.
Okay. And what I'm sure the lockdown there was there a lockdown there?
Yeah, there was a lockdown here.
Okay, but it lifted earlier, or it hasn't lifted yet?
No, it lifted 2 weeks back.
Okay.
But it's not that bad. It's not been that bad. It's been pretty okay.
I suppose then I should also ask you, which is your favorite online mass?
I like Bishop Barron's mass. Sorry, Father, I do watch your mass, but I don't know. My mom, she's really for Bishop Barron's sermons. So I was like, okay, let's do this. That's nice.
Yeah, I've listened to his podcasts, and of course I've seen his videos as well. Lucy, how have you been affected by COVID-19?
I mean, it's obviously, we've all missed out on some things, but I think it has had a positive impact on my life as well. It's made me trust in God more, because obviously none of this we knew would happen, and it's out of our control. So it's really taught me that we just have to let God handle everything. It's given me more time as well. I think I've tried to spend more time in my prayer life, because I don't have the excuse that I don't have enough time anymore. And I've been doing things like Lectio Divina, which is something the CatSoc have been doing, and that's something I probably wouldn't have done if we didn't have the coronavirus. So that's something positive that's come out of it, and I would recommend it to anyone, because it's really helped me improve my understanding of kind of how to read the Bible and how to get meaning out of it. So yeah, I think CatSoc's done really well with doing things like that, the prayer and rosary, and also with doing the socials. It has been difficult, like the others said, but I'm glad that we've kept on doing it, just so we can kind of keep that community going, really.
I mean, I am kind of sad that I couldn't join the latest tipping point social. But now I guess this last question is for all of you. But for those of you watching on Facebook, do post questions or comments for the panel, our CatSoc committee, and I will ask them for you. Okay, so the last question for all of you is, I guess, looking forward to the rest of the year. And I know there's uncertainty about when we'll reopen, how we'll reopen, will we be in bubbles, but what is it you're looking forward to in this next academic year for CATSOC? Let's maybe start with you, Elvita.
Hopefully, I guess I was hoping for more people to join CATSOC. That would be really, really nice, because when I joined, I was just looking for a place to belong. I surprisingly, I had researched online before coming to uni what all societies are there, and I saw CATSOC, and that grabbed my eye. So I told my parents then and there, like, I have to join CATSOC, and I was really excited. The first week of uni, I came and I visited the chapel before like masses could start in Newman House, and I was really excited. So I hope new members join, because that would be really nice, because I kind of found like a family with CATSOC. It would be nice if more people could join and be a part of that wonderful family.
That's very nice. Lucy, what are you most looking forward to this coming year?
I'm just looking forward to being with the new committee. Obviously, we've already faced some challenges, but I'm just looking forward to putting on events with them, and like Elvita said, hopefully inviting new students and even students who have already been at the uni, because it's just such a worthwhile society to be part of. One particular event I'm quite looking forward to, fingers crossed it goes ahead, is Flame, which should be next March. It's basically like the biggest kind of conference for young Catholics. It takes place in the Wembley Arena. I've been to it once before. It's just a really uplifting experience, and I think it would be really worthwhile if we did a CATSOC trip to that.
Oh, that could be nice. Yeah. Eloi, what are you looking forward to?
Pretty much what they said. Bring more people to the CATSOC, and more people that are not Catholic, and make CATSOC not like a closed group. So when people come to the CATSOC, they don't say, oh, they're like all together Catholic and like they're not welcoming us. And yeah, so try to make like a bigger radius of the CATSOC. I don't know if this means something, but hopefully you got it.
Well, no, I mean, it's as a church, that's what the mission of the Catholic Church is, to grow, to welcome people, and to, as it were, bring them into our circle of belonging, so to speak. Okay, I'm just going to switch quickly and see. Those of you watching on Facebook Live, you've still got a chance to post your questions here for the panel. Anything to do with CATSOC or anything that they've said so far, please do that. Okay, now for this week's rapid fire, you can guess what it's going to be, can't you? Elva will love it. It's a quiz. But this one is going to be, well, now if I had a buzzer, it would be a buzzer quiz, but are you all on computers?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. So open up the chat box and type test and hit enter. Ooh, look at that. So everybody hit test, but Elva's test came first. So therefore, Elva wins. So this is how it's going to be. I'm going to ask you a question. You type your answer and hit enter. First correct answer gets the point. Ready? Or do you want to do a trial run first?
Guess we're
No?
ready.
You're happy?
Yeah.
Okay, very good then. So it's not very long. There's 7 questions. So let's start with an easy one. The first question: who is the first Latin American Pope?
I'm not sure. I don't know.
Well, yeah, Eloi actually is the only one who's answered, and it is correct. It's Francis, Pope Francis. So congratulations, Eloi. You open your account. So you're up to 1 point. But don't worry, guys. There's still 6 more questions to go. No worries. Elvita, you took the time to type Pope.
Just a little.
Okay. Now this next one is maybe a little bit trickier, but I'm sure you'll get it. On the papal coat of arms, so that's the coat, the symbol of the Pope. Which symbol or object always appears on the papal coat of arms, no matter which Pope it is? Okay, we've got Elvita says it's the, well, unfortunately your first answer was cross, Elvita. The keys is correct, but I can't give you the points for that.
Oops.
It is the keys to the kingdom, which Jesus gave to the first Pope Peter in the Gospel of Matthew. So it's the keys always appear. The symbols in the middle keep changing. The bishop's hat, it used to be a papal tiara, and now it's just a normal bishop's mitre, but the keys have always been constant. So no one gets the points for that. Okay. So, all right, now a couple of biblical questions. Which of the following is not a writer of a gospel? Okay, so which of the following did not write a gospel? Luke, John, Paul, or Mark? I think it's Lucy who got it, actually.
Yeah.
Well done, Lucy. I saw the sort of sudden rush. Well done, Lucy. Yes, it was. All of you got it right, but Lucy was just that little faster. So yes, it was Paul. Paul did not write a gospel. Okay, this one, it's a straightforward true or false, so it's a speed test again. True or false? The Catholic Bible has more books than the Protestant Bible. Ooh.
Oh.
Lucy, Elvita, you're on the right idea. For those of you watching at home, Elvita just typed a T and sent it, but Lucy actually managed to type the whole word true before it. So Lucy actually does get it. That's right. The Catholic Bible does have 7 more books than the Protestant Bible. All right, another, which of these is not, which is the odd one out type question. So, which of the following is not a sacrament of the Catholic Church? Baptism, marriage, ordination, funerals. Ooh. Eloi got in first, so funeral. Ooh, this is turning out to be tight, and we're running out of questions. Okay, we've got 2 more questions to go. So, this is another question about sacraments. Which of the 7 sacraments is called the source and the summit of Christian life? Which of the 7 sacraments is the source and summit of Christian life?
No idea.
Elva typed in first with baptism, which is not correct. It is the gateway sacrament, but the one that is source and summit is actually Holy Communion, and Lucy got in first. Ooh, I can see the competitive edge from Elva. It's all right, Elva. You've got this. There's one more question. You can make it. Okay. So. The last question is, to the nearest 100 million, how many Catholics are there worldwide? To the nearest 100 million, how many Catholics worldwide?
Oof.
Ooh. Lucy has come in with 982. So I guess the nearest 100 million would be 1,000, so a billion, I guess. Elva actually goes on with 1,000. And Elvita comes with 1.2 billion, which is actually the correct answer. Yes. So
I needed to get this one answer at least.
yeah,
It's my losing streak. I needed one.
You couldn't end with nothing. So that's right. There are 1.2 billion Catholics around the world. Okay. Well, and there's still time for those of you watching at home. If you want to ask questions, there's just a few more seconds left. Maybe just to all four of you, we've got the term ending tomorrow, I guess. I know we are in lockdown, but even so, what are your plans for the summer? So anyone would like to start? What would you like to do over the summer under the conditions?
For me, it's seeing friends since I can, because the condition is pretty much over, and do the evangelization things I talked about. So one around my region, south of France, and the other one on the beach.
Mm-hmm. Now, will these events you're talking about, will they be happening online or offline?
Offline, there will be like in live, like seeing people. The thing is, it will be quite harder to do because we will have to be in smaller groups, but it's still going on for the moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lucy, Elvita, what about you guys?
I was hoping to get my driving license this summer, so I'm going to start classes soon, hopefully. If my parents are okay with it, I can start classes soon. And I was hoping to get back to playing keyboard again, because I had quite a bit of a break when I came to UK. I used to go for classes, but then I had to stop because I had to travel. But now hopefully I can get back to doing that.
You know, one of the things that amazes me is there's so much musical talent. Those of you watching at home and have seen the previous two interviews, there's so much musical talent in this CATSOC committee that you could just have the CATSOC committee band, couldn't you?
That's an amazing idea, actually. That's so cool. Because my youth group in Dubai does have a band. That would be amazing for CATSOC.
Yeah, that could be. You could record a music video for your YouTube channel. Lucy, what I know there's still a lot of uncertainty, but what are you kind of hoping for from the summer?
I'm hoping to see some family who I haven't seen for over a year. I was meant to go to Lourdes this year. Obviously, that's not happening, but we might try and do some kind of pilgrimage within the UK, maybe go to Walsingham or something. So yeah, hopefully I might be able to do something like that.
Yeah. And speaking of Walsingham, have you all been doing the walk to Walsingham?
Walk to?
The charity event.
Elva, we're live. So you've been doing it, Lucy.
Yeah, I've been doing cycling and running, but not that far.
All right. So have you got there yet?
Yeah, we have. Well, collectively as a group we have, and we're now going back to Birmingham from Walsingham. Yeah.
When do you think you'll be back here?
Hopefully a couple of weeks, maybe less than that. Yeah.
Wow, very impressive. Okay, I don't think there's any more. There are no questions on the Facebook chat, but I just want to say, thank you guys for all you've been doing. As you know, CATSOC has been one of the most active committees. One of the most active societies, I think, in the Guild in this lockdown period, and you've done a great job of giving students who, especially those who might be feeling a little bit isolated, a little bit lonely, a little bit homesick, or even just a bit bored, giving them a place to be. So I do want to thank you for that. is CATSOC doing anything over the summer? I know the term technically ends tomorrow.
I don't think so.
No, okay. I suppose informally some of the groups will still continue. Here in the chaplaincy, the book club I think will sort of continue, and some of the prayer groups will. But just on behalf of the whole chaplaincy, just to thank you guys and to wish you all, whatever the circumstances, wish you all a really joyful, blessed, bright summer. And for those of you watching at home, this is the last of the videos coming up. Tonight there will be the adoration streamed live from the Jesuit chapel, and then on Sunday we will have the Leavers Mass. Next week, because term has ended, there won't be a weekday Mass, there won't be adoration, and of course we've just finished interviewing the CATSOC. But if you do have any ideas for people that I should be interviewing in or around the sort of Catholic world on campus, do post a message in the comments or send me a message from the Newman House page, and I will think about setting it up over the summer. But otherwise, thank you all for joining us these past few weeks for these interviews. Thanks to our panel. I think you've been great. Had a lot of fun, and I wish you all a restful summer. And to those at home, God bless.